You've studied English for years, yet fluency still feels out of reach. Despite grammar drills, vocabulary lists, and language apps, speaking remains a challenge. The issue isn't your effort, it's the approach. In this video, you'll learn a proven step-by-step method to build real speaking confidence. By the end, you'll have a clear roadmap to speak English more naturally, fluently, and with purpose. Hello everyone and welcome. I'm David, and I'm here to help you succeed in learning English. I understand the challenges you face. I've also experienced the frustration of trying to speak and feeling like my mind goes blank. Does that sound familiar? Many traditional English learning methods can be uninspiring. They often focus on memorizing facts and rules, expecting you to become fluent instantly. However, effective English learning is about connecting with the language and solving real communication problems. That's exactly what we'll do today. We'll identify common learning difficulties, explain their causes, and provide practical solutions to help you improve. Ready to change how you learn English? Let's start with our first major problem. Problem 1. I know grammar rules, but I can't speak fluently. This is a common issue. You might understand many grammar rules like verb tenses or sentence structures, yet when you try to speak, your mind freezes and those rules seem to disappear. The simple cause here often lies in the learning approach. Traditional methods frequently teach grammar rules in isolation. It's like learning about individual parts of a car without understanding how they work together. Your brain is good at recognizing patterns, but if it only receives disconnected information, it struggles to use it in real conversations. You learn about the language, but not how to use it spontaneously. The pressure of speaking quickly also makes it harder to recall specific rules. To solve this, we'll use what I call the contextual learning method. Instead of isolated rules, we'll learn grammar by seeing how it's used in real situations. First, you need to immerse yourself in real English content. Don't just rely on grammar books. Start using English content that shows how native speakers naturally use the language. This includes watching YouTube channels on topics you enjoy, like cooking, travel, or technology. Start with English subtitles. Then try watching without them. Pay attention to how native speakers use tenses, prepositions, and sentence structures naturally. For example, if you're watching a cooking show, notice phrases like, "I've just chopped the onions," or "We're going to simmer this for 5 minutes." Another great option is to listen to podcasts while you commute or do chores. Begin with podcasts designed for learners, then move to more natural-paced conversations. This helps you get used to the sound and flow of spoken English. Next, try shadowing for practice. This technique is very effective. Find short audio clips, 1 to 2 minutes, of native speakers. Listen to a sentence, pause, and try to repeat it exactly as they did, matching their pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm. Then, try speaking along with them. This trains your mouth and brain to produce English sounds and patterns automatically. Start with simple sentences and gradually move to longer ones. Record yourself and compare it to the original. Finally, keep a grammar in action journal. Instead of just writing practice sentences, write about your day, your thoughts, or a short story, deliberately using the grammar point you're focusing on. For example, if you're learning the present perfect, write about what you have done today or what experiences you have had. Then try speaking those sentences aloud. This helps your brain apply the rule in a meaningful context. Problem 2. I have a lot of vocabulary, but I can't remember words when I need them. You might know many English words, but when you're in a conversation, those words seem to disappear, leaving you searching for simpler terms. The simple cause here is often that simply memorizing words in isolation doesn't work. Your brain needs more than a definition to actively use a word. Words learned alone are like single puzzle pieces, without the context of the whole picture. Your brain struggles to recall them quickly because there aren't strong connections to other words, concepts, or emotions. This is also often due to a lack of active recall and spaced repetition. You learn a word once and then forget it. We will make words stick using what I call the vocabulary connection system. One way is to use the word web method. When you learn a new word, don't just write its definition. Create a word web around it. First, list its synonyms and antonyms, words with similar or opposite meanings. Then, think about collocations, which are words that naturally go with this word. Some examples are heavy rain instead of big rain. Also, make a decision instead of do a decision. This is essential for sounding natural. Next, create at least 3 example sentences using the word in different contexts. Make them personal or relevant to your life. This helps create stronger memory connections. For example, for conundrum, instead of just life is full of conundrums, try my biggest conundrum today is deciding what to cook for dinner. Or the missing keys presented a real conundrum for me this morning. Lastly, can you draw a quick picture or associate a strong image with the word? Visuals help memory. Another effective strategy is the storyteller's practice. Instead of learning single words, learn them in short phrases or chunks, and then try to use them in mini stories. For example, if you learn eager, anticipate, and countdown, you could create a story like, I was eager to go on vacation. I couldn't wait to anticipate the beach days, so I started a daily countdown. This puts words into a story, making them easier to recall and use. Review these stories regularly. Finally, make use of spaced repetition with an app like Anki or Quizlet. These apps use a proven method for memory. They show you words you're struggling with more often and words you know well less often. This helps move words from your short-term to your long-term memory. The key is consistency. Spend 10 to 15 minutes every day. Problem 3. I understand everything, but I'm afraid to speak. This is common. Speaking anxiety. You can understand podcasts and movies, but when someone asks you a simple question in English, you become silent and nervous. The simple cause here isn't about your English ability. It's about your mindset in fear of making mistakes, feeling embarrassed, or being judged. You might aim for perfection and believe that mistakes are bad. However, mistakes are actually opportunities to learn. The fear of not sounding good enough creates a mental block that prevents you from using the English you already know. It's performance anxiety, not a lack of language skills. It's time to build your confidence and overcome that fear with the confidence building protocol. One important step is to embrace learning from mistakes. You need to change how you view errors. Instead of avoiding them, actively try to make them. This doesn't mean speaking incorrectly on purpose, but rather pushing yourself to use the language often, even if it's not perfect. Set a goal each day to engage in conversations or practice where you know you might make mistakes. The more you use English and step outside your comfort zone, the more opportunities you create for learning. The more mistakes you make, the more you learn, and the faster you improve. This helps you see mistakes as a natural and valuable part of the learning process. Like a child learning to walk, they fall many times, but keep trying until they can run. Each time you make an error, it's a chance to learn, either because you'll notice it yourself or because someone else will help you. When you are speaking with a tutor or a language partner, they can gently correct you, which is incredibly helpful for catching mistakes you didn't even know you made. Learn from your mistakes and move forward. Next, try self-talk practice. This might seem unusual, but it is very effective. Talk to yourself in English all the time. Describe what you are doing, narrate your thoughts, and practice future conversations. For instance, narrate your daily routine. Okay, I'm going to brush my teeth now. I need to squeeze the toothpaste. I wonder what I will have for breakfast. Or practice problem solving. I'm trying to fix this faucet. First, I need to turn off the water. Then I'll need a wrench. This is harder than I thought. You can also rehearse future scenarios that you expect to have. This practice helps build fluency and confidence, and it allows you to identify areas where you need to improve your vocabulary privately. You should also find supportive practice partners, whether through language exchange or tutors. Online language exchange apps like HelloTalk or Tandem connect you with native speakers who are learning your language, which benefits both of you. The pressure is lower because you're both learning. Focus on getting your message across, not on being perfect. Another option is online tutors through platforms like italki or Preply. Even 30 minutes a week with a good tutor can make a big difference. A good tutor provides a safe space, corrects you gently, and encourages you. They are there to help you, not to judge you. Think of them as a personal coach for your English speaking. Start with casual conversation and gradually move to more structured lessons. The key is finding someone you feel comfortable with. Finally, try a small interaction challenge. Start with small speaking tasks. Don't aim for a long conversation immediately. For example, you could order coffee in English, ask for directions, make a simple purchase, or give a compliment. These small successes build confidence and show your brain that speaking English is not dangerous. Celebrate every small achievement. Remember, learning English is a long journey, not a quick race. But it doesn't have to be difficult. Make it enjoyable. Make it relevant to you, and make it your own. Focus on progress, not perfection. Learn from your mistakes, celebrate every small achievement, and most importantly, use the language. English is a tool for communication. So go out there and communicate. This is the best advice you will ever get. If this video helped you with your English learning, please click on the like button to support the channel. Subscribe for more tips, and let me know in the comments which tip you will try first. If you have another problem I didn't cover, share it below, and it might be in a future video. Now, go and speak some great English. You can do it. Yes, you need to do it.